So, CES 2019 is finally over. I am back home in the studio, as you guys can probably tell. Now, CES was a lot of fun. I saw a lot of really cool stuff, made a lot of really cool videos. If you haven't seen them already, definitely go check those out. But there's one in particular that I want to talk about today, kind of. The LG Keynote. So Monday night, LG had their keynote where they talked about their vision for AI and the future of connected devices. And they talked about webOS, which is the operating system that they currently have for their TVs that they want to expand to any connected device, including the car. So LG kind of proposed the problem of, once we have self-driving cars, what are we going to do in them? Because we're not going to be focused on the road anymore. So their solution was webOS Auto. So they kind of theorized this in-car experience. And I talked more about it back in my video of the keynote, so definitely go check that out if you're interested. But they also mentioned that they would be showing off a demo or a proof of concept of webOS Auto on the show floor. So at the Luxoft booth in the convention center, they had a working demo or proof of concept there, and I got to check it out. So that's what I'm going to be talking about in this video here. Less, what LG talked about, more about the actual demo itself. So the first thing that Luxoft talked about was getting the car. So they had some app that they said was powered by blockchain or whatever buzzwords to reserve a self-driving car and have it come to you. So a lot of people have kind of thought that once we have self-driving cars, people won't really need to own cars anymore. The cars will just be kind of going around picking people up as needed. So kind of like Uber, but without the driver part. So you summon the car, it comes to you. This part wasn't actually, they didn't have a self-driving car. They just said, imagine this part. So you summon it, and then once the car gets there, they had several security features. I guess this is partially why they use the blockchain to do it. I don't know. So the first thing is only you in your app on your reservation can open the door. So you press the button and the door opens only for you. No one else can get the door open for the car. Then you get inside, there's another layer of security. You have to scan the QR code that was on the little screen. So let's talk about that, the screen. So the whole point of webOS Auto that LG had kind of proposed was that there would be screens all around you. You can interact with the outside world or just watch TV or whatever. That was not the case here. There were two screens. There was one tablet in front that we interacted with, and one larger ultra-wide curved screen that they kind of set up below the windshield to be the display. So none of that, oh, you see a store in the window and you kind of tap on it or anything like that, yet at least. So the guy showed me that it could be used, well, one, for navigation. There was kind of a map in front to kind of show you where you're going, etc. But you could also interact with the tablet part, and it would kind of show some things on the main screen as well. For more than just navigation. So he made a restaurant reservation. But the main thing the main thing that stood out to me was there's nothing new. This is all stuff that you can already do on your phone if you're, not the person driving. Look at hotels or restaurants or whatever, make reservations. Look at nearby shops, nearby tourist attractions, things like that. You can already do that on your phone in the apps like Google Maps. All they had really done was they had put this on a screen that was built into a car. So this part really wasn't that impressive. But then the guy who was there kind of showing me this demo really told me what the point of it was. The point of this demo was not to show off what the in-car experience would be, but instead to show off what webOS Auto could be. So one problem that there is today with in-car entertainment, not just in self-driving cars, just in-car entertainment in general, is it's very, very, very fragmented. Ford has their own system that's complete garbage. Toyota has their own system that's complete garbage. Every single car manufacturer has at least one. Most of them have multiple different systems for in-car entertainment. So now as people start using services like Spotify, Pandora, I'm naming music now, but services like that in general, it's hard for those companies like Spotify, like Google Maps, like whatever, to make apps for all of these different platforms. Now there's Android Auto or Apple CarPlay that kind of solve this, but it doesn't have quite the same degree because one, that's running on top of the car's existing system, and two, it's tailored for someone who's driving. There needs to be something that's tailored for someone who's not driving. So webOS was kind of this holy grail operating system that the Luxoft guy proposed, because it runs on a web-based platform. So it's super lightweight, super easy to run in cars. It can run on its own, doesn't need to be on top of any system. It doesn't need to be connected to any phone. It can run independently. And it's also especially very lightweight, easy to use. So developers can super easily make web apps that can run. They make web apps that are just tailored for a car experience, and it's an adaptable car experience, the guy said, so you don't have to just make it for like this screen. It would be flexible but easy to develop for. So you would develop it and then it could run on anyone using webOS Auto. That part though I'll touch on again in a second. So this was great. It's a very lightweight system, very easy to develop for, and that makes it very easy to tailor the whole experience for, someone who's not driving, someone in a self-driving car. So that was a lot more interesting to me, and that's kind of why I decided to make this video later, because they weren't just showing off some in-car experience, they were showing off the base for an in-car experience, the core operating system. Because their demo, again, was kind of lame. But it was when the guy started talking about the possibility of this operating system and what it means for developers, that's when it really started to get interesting. And another thing is, so now all these car manufacturers have their own things, and all this good stuff can only be used if they choose to use webOS Auto. How are they planning on getting webOS Auto? Well, it's obviously not going to happen immediately, but one selling point of it is it's customizable for the car manufacturer as well. So we can customize not only to the hardware that it's being used on, but Ford, Toyota, whatever car companies can put on their own sort of skin, kind of like an Android skin. So they can make it a Ford experience, a Toyota experience. They can highlight certain things. They can make it work with their own cars, their own systems. But at its core, it's still webOS, it's still webOS Auto. And so other developers like Spotify, like Google Maps, can make their apps and it would still work. So it's convenient for both kinds of developers, for the developers of apps for the in-car experience and the developers of the cars who are going to put this in their vehicles. So they're kind of using this as a not only just a selling point, but also a main standout feature of this system. So it probably kind of sounds like I'm rambling and repeating myself, because to be honest, that's really all that there was. It was really just the core OS. But it's just, I thought it might be interesting to start up a conversation about what kind of potential impact such a core OS could bring to in-car experiences. So that's kind of the end of me rambling. I think I've kind of hit on all the points that the Luxoft guy mentioned at the booth. Now I want to hear from you guys. Let me know what you think of this in the comments down below. And this isn't just, oh yeah, leave a comment if you have something to say kind of deal. This is legitimately, I want to start a conversation about this, and the comments of this video are the easiest place to start it. But yeah, I think that's kind of where I'm gonna just end the video for now. If you enjoyed, leave a like, definitely hit subscribe so you can see more cool videos like this one. If you haven't seen my CES coverage yet, definitely go do that. I've got more cool videos planned now that I'm back home. But for now, I'll see you guys in the next one.